Hello everyone, my name is Esther and today we're going to be playing Limbo, which is a DREAMSMP fan game about Wilbur sets, I think. Okay, so warning, trigger warning is in the description, but younger audiences, please click off this video. Thank you. And shout out to all these people because they're awesome. Okay, let's start, should we? Let's see. Okay. Ooh. So pretty. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform we are currently at. Wilbur covers his ears and closes his eyes. His neck feels strained as he rests his head on his knees. That's Stupid voice. It's seriously annoying. It's the same words, same voice. In fact, Wilbur's pretty sure it's the same recording every time. Blah, blah, blah. We're going to wherever, whatever I'll say. And Wilbur finds himself caring less and less each time he hears it. It's not like he can actually go anywhere else anyway, so he doesn't see the point of the alerts at all. They're nothing more than a taunt to make him feel even more trapped. Trapped forever and ever because Wilbur's in limbo. The afterlife. Hell. Whatever people would prefer to call it. There's no way out, there's no adventure or peace to be found in heaven. The unfortunate reality is Wilbur will have to remain here to the end of time. And, boy, does it drive him crazy. It's just, everything is the same every day, nothing changes, because there's nothing to be changed. This is really well written. There's no food, not like you'd be able to taste it if there was any. There are no people past the annoying people doomed to the same fate that would very occasionally come to pester him. There's nowhere to go. He had tried to leave once before, exiting the station only to find himself entering the very same station, as though he had circled around the whole world, ending up right back where he started. There's nothing to do. Counting the blemished and slightly discolored spots on the floor can only occupy a person for so long before it stops being fun. After all, yikes. He was so bored. He was just bored, sad, and lonely. Mood, to be honest. Incredibly, incredibly lonely. He just misses his friends. He misses his family. New art. Oh, so pretty. Was it selfish of him to wait in hopes that someone he actually loved would die? Oh, just so he could feel less alone. Just so he could feel less alone. Trust so he could have some company. Just so he can have some company. Just so he could feel less. Oh, just so he could have something familiar with him, even in death. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But it's not worth thinking about whoever decides. Not that anything feels worth doing or thinking about since every day is the same. New art. Whoa, he's getting up. Instead, Wilbur looks around the train station, just as he's done so many times before, lifting himself off the floor, despite having no real motivation to do so. Of course he'll see something new, but it won't kill him. He'll see nothing new, but it won't kill him to look around, he supposes. Ooh, there are options? Okay, check out the train. Oh my gosh, look at his eyes. Wilbur walks up to the clear barrier encased train. The doors opened, anticipating riders to go on board at any minute. The train comes and goes at the same time every day. Right now it's about to leave, but it doesn't go anywhere. Oh, he's used the train several times before in the hopes that it'll take him somewhere, but he always ends up right back where he started. The first time it happened crushed him. He saw the train pulling the same one he had arrived to Limbo in, and was quick to run in as soon as the door opens. He was ecstatic. He was going to be free, and so soon, too. And so he sat at the train and closed his eyes, eagerly waiting for the moment the train stopped, but it stopped much sooner than he expected. He opened his eyes, greeted by the very same place he had just left. That's hell, bro. Yikes. Like holding a treat for a dog just far enough to be out of the dog's grasp. It felt as though he was being mocked. Really, it well and truly felt like he was being mocked by hell himself. showing him a train and all that. It's meant to be a way to leave. It should have been a way to leave. But it wasn't, and it hurt. It really hurt to have his freedom dangled in front of him but never being able to take it. And there's nothing he can do about it. Okay, let's check out the platform display. Wilbur walks his way up to the platform display. Ooh. Wow. That'd be very helpful if Wilbur could, read it. Then again, it doesn't really matter so much. Quite a while ago, it's always said the same garbage mostly. Earlier on in his time within Limbo, he used to have its moments of whack. If someone said something about him or at him, it'd appear on display in the familiar orange text he's grown so used to by now. He'd see things about him almost every day when he had first arrived. He'd see people mourning him, people laughing, people fighting, and it was all about him. It was frustrating that there was no way he could respond to them. Hell, he couldn't even let them know he knows what they're saying and doing, but it felt nice to be thought of, to be remembered, but he doesn't see any messages anymore. Oh no, that's so sad. It was a slow process. Messages didn't just stop one day. Messages went from 10 a day to 2 a day to 1 every few days to 1 every week. So now, he hasn't seen a message in a really long time. Not that he checks it that much, just he knows it's been a while. People aren't forgetting him though. They're not. He knows they wouldn't. Then again, would he really blame them if they did? Wilbur looks away from the platform display. It doesn't matter. He's got an eternity to stop worrying about such a thing, so he decides it's not for today. Let's check out the people. People, he says in quotation marks. Wilbur wonders whether or not they could even be called that. They're certainly something reminiscent of a person, but to say much more than that would just be a lie. They have no substance, no flesh, no bones. In fact, they're made of smoke. Wilbur walked right through one once. Its human facade crumbled with him in the center, smoke weaving around his body before dissipating into the air. It horrified him briefly before realizing it's not real. None of it is. Since then, he hasn't really cared for them much at all. They're nothing more than things to count as and when he's bored. Or a few years ago, back when he first landed in Limbo, nothing more than something to break. It was relieving in a sick kind of way. No harm was done, but breaking down all these human-esque creations in a fit of anger made him feel better. At least it felt like it did. Whether he was actually helping himself by doing that, he's not so sure. He stopped doing that a while ago, however. His rage has long since subsided. He'll stick to counting them. It's a boring activity, but it keeps him occupied. He knows he's still in hell, but at least for the most part, when he counts them, he's somewhere else in his mind. Even if only for a little bit, it really does get boring fast. They all look the same, so they're not. They're just not that fun to count. This sucks. I'm sad. Wilbur tries counting them anyway, and no surprises, it doesn't last long before he's not at all entertained anymore. I couldn't do this, bro. I really couldn't. He looks up at the roof of the station. There's a small section in the center that's a window. It's all black, no stars, no nothing. It's just a dark, pointless void. Wilbur sighs. Okay, time to sit back down again. God, he just doesn't know what else to do. He's so tired of doing nothing, but what else is there to do in the same place over and over that he's already tried all these years? He doesn't know. He sighs before opting to start fiddling with a bunch of parts of the fabric on the surface of his coat. It's not a comfortable coat. The material is all frayed and rough, and it makes his skin feel gross. Take it off then, bro. But who knows, maybe he just worn it for so long he's grown sick of the same fabric pressed against his skin time and time again. He's never liked this coat to begin with, if he's honest. It's not just that it's not very nice to look at, but it's not like he started wearing it at a very nice time. and to think he's forever trapped in it because it just so happened to be what he was wearing when he died. Really, his coat isn't the only thing he changed from back then, back when he was alive. He doesn't look back in it all too often. It scares him, it really does. He's not sure if he's ready, but